Hello and welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga for this Yin Yoga practice for blissful stillness. This is a practice of deep and intense stretches for the entire body, and we'll hold the poses for 4 minutes today. There's going to be minimal instruction, so this is best for experienced students, and you'll need 2 yoga blocks or 2 firm cushions to substitute. Let's start with the legs out in front. And see how your legs feel being close together as you come forward, compared to how they feel being farther apart as wide as your mat. And whichever one feels better for today, for our first pose, go ahead and relax forward. Hands can be on your shins, on your feet, or on the floor. And you may want to sit on top of a blanket, a folded blanket, or a cushion or 2 to get some lift. Any way that you'd like to prop your pose. Since we do have longer holds today, make sure you have the props you need for comfort. You may wish to have a cushion under your chest or your head. Wherever you end up, go ahead and breathe a nice deep breath into the back body, into the backs of the legs, and exhale and soften down. Relax your shoulders, your head, your neck, your spine. And feel into the body now as this gradual and slow process of unwinding tension from the fascia begins to do its magic. And breathe into the body. And breathe out as you surrender, entering into stillness now. And now slowly rise up from caterpillar and slowly come all the way onto your back, finding a 1-minute rebound in any comfortable position on your back. Spreading out, finding a connection with the ground that feels comfortable And breathing in, breathing out. And bend the knees now. Draw them into your chest, hugging around the knees, and gently rock side to side. And now place your feet on the ground and finding one yoga block to place underneath your hips for Golden Gate pose. So the block will be at the middle height, or you could choose the lower height if you want something less intense. Placing the block right under the sacrum so that it feels like it supports your center of gravity. Legs can be as wide as your mat, or quite close together, or anywhere in between. Once again, try it out. See what feels right in your body today. And allow the back of your neck to be long. Allow the tops of the shoulders to roll back toward the ground. And begin to soften your awareness into this place in front of the hips, between the knees and the low ribs. And into the body, draw a deep breath. Exhale, soften your sacrum, your lower back, your hips. Rest here and allow the stillness to envelop your body. Allow the stillness to envelop your awareness. Feel the breath rise and fall in your belly. And slowly now bend the knees. Place the feet flat on the ground. Lift your hips to slide the block out and rest on your back for a 1-minute rebound. Any comfortable position on your back. Feeling the effects of the pose. We've done a back bend and we've done a forward bend. How is the spine responding now? Bend your knees now. Draw them in toward your chest. This time, lift your head up toward your knees, squeeze into a tight ball. And release down, roll to the side, come up to sit for half butterfly. 4 minutes on each side, left leg forward, right leg bent. Option to sit up on a cushion. Option to use props, a couple of blocks under your forehead or under your forearms. And exploring if you'd like to be directly over the leg, hands could be on the foot, the ankle, or the floor. Or if you'd like to angle inside of the leg a bit. The target area is the back of the body, the hamstrings on the back of the left thigh, the lower back, the sacrum, and also the right side of the body with this little bit of veering and twisting that we're doing, getting an extra stretch in the torso. Option to emphasize this stretch by taking the right hand to the outside of the left foot or left calf. Once you've found your variation for today, allow yourself to draw a breath in to the whole back body. And as you exhale, allow yourself to melt into the shape. Finding stillness. Within this stillness, the breath moves in a gentle way. Each breath might be almost imperceptible. But as your mind calms down, you can become more aware of the breath and follow these gentle breaths in and out. Slowly now rising up. And when you get to the top, to an upright position of the spine, pause here. And just feel what's happening in the body. Feel the sensations in your spine. And with minimal disruption to your state of mind, change the legs, change sides. Finding the variation, once again, that works for your body today. To find a stretch in the back of the left leg, or the back of the right leg this time, and the back of the spine, sacrum, lower back. And take a deep breath into the back body, back of the leg. And exhale, softening, melting, entering into stillness. And slowly now rising up, pausing at the top once again. Inhale. Exhale and extend the left leg forward. Slowly make your way onto your back for a 1-minute rest. And noticing how the rest feels after these longer holds. Notice the quality of the energy that's in your body. Notice your breath. And now bend your knees, taking windshield wipers. Slowly bring both knees over to the right with your feet planted wide on your mat. Arms spread out into a T. And steer the legs up to center and over to the left. Knees up to center, over to the right again. Turn your head this time away from the knees to the left. And inhale up to center, over to the other side. Turn the head opposite the knees. Inhale up to center. One more time to the right. Inhale up to center. One more time to the left. And inhale back up and coming into our next back bend, which is your choice of Sphinx, where you'll come onto the belly and rest on the elbows and forearms, or saddle pose. For saddle, coming up, setting up whatever props you'd like to use behind yourself, if any. If you are newer to the practice, then I will suggest that you take the Sphinx pose, since saddle is more complicated. And today we're not going to get into a lot of instruction. But leaning back on the hands as you sit on your heels is one option. Sitting in between your feet is also an option. And then lying back on props or all the way on the floor is possible. Well, I didn't get my blocks quite right today. Once your body is relaxed in your back bend, breathe in and breathe out. Feeling the length in the front of the body, whichever pose you're in. Feel the length between the knees and the low ribs. And can you soften your posture in any way at this moment? And if there's any urge for movement, fidgeting, doing something else, can you channel that energy into the pose, in a way supercharging your pose? And slowly now releasing the pose. Carefully make your way off your props or off the floor and come into a resting position on your back. 1 minute on the back. Noticing what you feel in your sacrum. This is a powerful energy center. As your body rests in stillness, you might feel quite a bit of power emanating from this place, the seat of the second chakra. Bend your knees, draw them into your chest, and hug the legs in toward your chest as you gently rock side to side. And release your feet to the floor. So we're coming into choice of figure four pose or square pose. So if you're taking figure four, you're staying on your back, left ankle over the right knee, and clasping the hands behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin. Option to put a cushion or block under your head to make this more comfortable for the neck and shoulders. And stretching into the glutes the other way would be square pose with your left ankle on top of your right knee and coming forward from here. Your choice to maybe sit on a cushion for this. Whichever pose you're in, 4 minutes on each side. Figure four can also be done at the wall. So if you've got your left ankle over your right knee, you'd have your right foot on the wall. And that way you can free up your arms. If you're in square, you may wish to have props in the scene under your forearms or under your forehead. With our theme of stillness, eventually settling into one posture and staying there. Deep breath in wherever you are. And a settling exhale. Soften, relax. Slowly releasing. And whichever pose you're in, extend the legs long. And then come into it on the second side. Right ankle on the left knee. One pose or the other. Figure 4 or square. Slowly now, come up out of the pose. Make your way onto your back if you're not there already, and into a resting position on your back for a 1-minute rebound. feeling the body and feeling the breath. And the deeper you connect to your breath, the deeper your relaxation goes. Bend your knees now. Draw them in and take one hand onto each knee. Make some slow circles of the knees, keeping the knees close to one another or touching, circling about 3 times around the edges of the sacrum. And then change the direction of the circles to circle 3 times the other way. And bring the legs back to the center for spinal twist. Touch the feet to the floor to adjust the hips as needed. Take both knees to the side on top of one another or cross left knee over the right for twisted roots. Left arm extends out to the left side. Notice how quiet your breath has become at this point in the practice. And notice how quiet your mind has become at this point in the practice. Slowly now release. Knees come back up to center. And at the center, slowly change sides. Hips can go to the right as needed. Knees over to the left. Adjusting your position so that you can eventually find the place of stillness in body that helps to nurture stillness in the mind. And sometimes the mind doesn't do the stillness thing. Sometimes some thought, emotion, feeling, or thinking process decides that this is the time to arise. And that's because you've created such a safe place, such a compassionate place where you're taking care of yourself. Your brain has chosen this time to process this thing. And so stillness of the body might bring about quite wild emotions, sadness, difficulties, whatever it is that arises, even if it's maybe just something that seems annoying from your to-do list. This is something your brain wants you to process at the right time. So give it your attention, loving the parts of your life that choose to show themselves at this moment. Slowly now releasing, knees back to center, and stretch your body out to come into star pose, our final relaxation position, spreading arms and legs wide. Or anything that makes you happy right now, that makes your body feel very comfortable, very spacious, and very calm and restful. One of the most magical things about Yin Yoga is that it makes out of the body a magnet for the mind. The mind naturally and easily comes to a place of relaxation, of deep calm, so that it's not an effort to withdraw from the outside world. It's not difficult to engage with yourself. It just comes easily at this point after the asana practice to connect deeply within your own heart, within your own mind. And now take a deeper breath into the belly, into the heart, and into the back of your body. As you exhale, gently stretch out through arms and legs. Gently wiggle and move your fingers and your toes. And start to stretch out your arms and legs. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up over the head as you stretch down long through your legs and the soles of your feet. And release the arms to your sides. Bend the knees to come over to the side and up into a seated position for meditation. Make yourself comfortable, arranging any cushions under the seat that you need, or sitting back against the wall. Continuing this deep inner journey with self, now in an upright position. Every wave of breath can be a wave of healing energy, that is channeled to wherever it's needed in your physical body, in your brain, or in your heart. Letting yourself be washed over with these healing waves. And now, the Radiance Sutras, I'll read to you as you continue to sit. From Sutra number 103. Abandon all these attitudes of wanting to prolong pleasure and avoid suffering. Let the heart be itself and feel whatever is there. Freed from clinging and avoiding, the heart regains its poise and revels in creation. Plunging deep into its center, discover that the heart is moved by a pulse that is everywhere. Taking a deep breath into the heart now. Exhaling from the heart. Resting in the heart. And preparing now to chant Om 3 times. You may chant silently to yourself or out loud. Begin with a full breath into the heart and exhale from the heart as you bring your palms together. And now inhale from the heart. That closes today's practice. Thank you so much for spending your time on the mat with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave me a note in the comment section below. I love to hear from you all and connect with you there. And if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you hear about my next video that comes out. And thank you for practicing with me. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.